You're listening to the ColbyCheeZe Gaming Podcast, your source for League of Legends and other gaming news, updates, and discussions.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's ColbyCheeZe, and today is July 23rd, 2011. This is going to be episode number 16 of the gaming podcast, and got a couple of things to go over. I found a lot of really cool videos this week that I wanted to share with you guys, so I'm going to be going over some of those. There was also some pretty cool competition stuff in League of Legends that happened this past week as well, so I was going to go over that also. If you want to take a look at any of the topics that I'm going to be discussing today, you can check the description down below, and I'll have everything there for you because I'm going to be going over some other stuff after I talk about League of Legends also. Anyways, let's jump right into it and talk about some of the competitive news that went down this past week. We recently had the finals of the Premier League games, which is it was actually ended up being CLG versus Unrestricted, and so that was a pretty epic match. I was actually surprised to hear that Unrestricted had actually beat out Team Solomid for that first or second spot to go against CLG, but it is what it is, and so TSM ended up taking third in that tournament. And of course, CLG did actually beat Unrestricted. It was a pretty good set of matches. If you did miss those and you still want to watch them, you can go ahead and check it out. They are on my channel, so I'll put the links to that in my description as well. So that's awesome. I believe that we are starting up new Premier League in about 3 weeks from now, I want to say. And then I'll have some more shoutcasts for the NESL Premier League coming up for that. The other thing that happened right after that was the North American qualifiers for the Gamescom tourney. This is actually the Intel Extreme Masters. Last year, League of Legends was a really big deal at the IEM. It wasn't the main event, though. I think they still were doing Counter-Strike or something like that. But after all the popularity of League of Legends, they decided to make League of Legends their #1 event. So I casted the actual qualifiers for the North American side, and they're going to be doing the IEM tournament. It's going to be EU versus North America at the IEM on, I believe, August 17th. I think it's somewhere August 17th or 18th through the 21st. It's going to be a really epic deal. That's out in Germany. They're going to be doing Diablo 3. They're going to be doing Dota 2. All those really cool games. A lot of other cool games that you can check out. And, of course, all these big tournaments are going to be happening also. So that's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm excited to see how the teams do there. Let's see if the American teams can kind of come back and get their spots back after Dreamhack, where they didn't really get first or second. It was all the European teams there. On the other hand, though, that's pretty much it for the competitive news. We do have some other cool stuff going on in the community. There are other people doing tournaments here and there, left and right. I don't have all the details for all of those, but I do know there's a lot of really cool stuff out there that's coming out shortly. One interesting thing is that, back in Dreamhack, whenever that tournament happened, Riot actually paid for all of the teams to get out there to play in the tournament. This time, however, in Gamescom, the players are going to have to find their own way to get down to Germany to play. So in light of this, Solomid's actually going to be holding several, like a whole week or 2 week long event where they're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the fans, and they're trying to raise money to get their team to the event. So you can check that out. I think it's really cool. They're going to have Chaos doing some commentary on different champions and showing off runes and setups. Reginald's going to be talking about how to get out of low elo. He's going to be showing you how to actually play at low levels. He's going to get on a Smurf account that's a low elo and show you what you need to do at low elo, and then what you need to do at mid-range elo, and then what you need to do at high elo. And he's showing the different gameplay styles that you have to employ to succeed in different elo ranges. So that's pretty important. They're also going to have the Rain Man doing some commentaries and 1v1s with people, and kind of showing them what they need to improve on in the laning phase. And they're going to have the Odd One doing some jungle guides and things like that. And I believe they're also going to be doing some some support stuff. So Special is going to be showing you how to play support at a high level, and he's going to be doing in-house games with people and just kind of going over that stuff. So overall, it looks really cool. I think it's going to be really exciting to check that out. So even if you don't plan on donating to help these guys out, you should at least check out that event. They're going to be doing this for the community. I'll put the link down below, and it's going to show like the schedules of when they're streaming this stuff and when they're doing the events. So be sure to check that out as well. One question that I get a lot, actually I get a lot of questions when I'm playing games, but it's funny because it's pretty much like every single game I go into, I get one of these two questions or both. First one is like, hey, are you the real ColbyCheeZe? And I'm always scratching my head. I'm like, why would you ask that? It's weird. Like if Hotshot GG were to join your game, would you ask him, are you the real Hotshot GG? Like, who else would it be, right? I mean, I don't know if they think that someone is able to hack my account every game or something, but yeah, of course I'm the real ColbyCheeZe. It says ColbyCheeZe in my name. It's not like it's XX ColbyCheeZe XX. It's ColbyCheeZe. So that's who I am. Another one I get asked a lot, it's pretty funny, is Colby, why is your elo so low? Because I'm like in the mid 1400s right now. And so I'll go ahead and answer that for you guys who are always asking that. And that's because I deserve to be in the low elo for one or two reasons. I kind of trolled myself there. I thought that the elo was going to reset, so I just kind of randomly played new champions that I wasn't familiar with in order to get footage on them, and I played with friends and did some dual queue with my brother and then other people that are lower elo, and I was just kind of messing around. I wasn't try-harding, as you would say, so I lost a lot of elo. No, I was like in the mid 1700s, which is not super high, but it's pretty good. So now I'm back down to 1400-ish, so I'm getting my way back up there. After they told me that there's only going to be a soft elo reset, I decided to go ahead and just play the champions that I'm good with again. And that's how you get out of low elo, is you focus on playing just you just find one champion that you're really good with and try and play them the most, and then have like 2 or 3 backups that you just specifically work on if that one role that you want to play is already taken. So you need to learn a top lane champion, a mid lane champion. Usually those can be interchangeable, but generally they're a little bit different. So like mid lanes are more squishy, like you play like Orianna mid lane or a Brand or something like that, and the top lane is more of your people who can sustain well in the lane, such as maybe like a Kell, Yorick right now, Udyr, Gragas is the tankier one. People like that are easy. It's easier for them to escape or sustain themselves from ganks and that sort of thing. And then, of course, have a good AD carry and support that you can play. You don't actually have to have all 4, but usually having at least 2 that you can play is usually good. If you get last pick, it's really hard to get one of the solo lanes because people tend to always pick those first. So that's why I like to have a good support. If you really want to try hard, just play like Soraka or Taric or something like that. Those are like really big, winners of games. Jenna, obviously, those 3 supports are really good if you're not able to pick your main carry role. So just play what you're really good at, stick to that, and don't be bouncing around to different champions and roles and games, because it's a lot harder to play at a consistently high level when you're bouncing around all the time. Anyways, another thing that I would like to start doing in my podcast is I'd like to start answering viewer questions on the podcast. I know that a lot of you guys have questions for me, and I've been talking with people in IRC now that I've been streaming a lot. And so one thing I like to do is, if you guys have questions for me, be sure to throw me out a shout on like Facebook or Twitter, and I'll check those out and I'll answer those questions. I'll have like a little section in my next podcast, and I'll answer your questions and go over some of those things. So I think that would be pretty cool. Anyways, I was looking at the champion, the little mini champion spotlight and the abilities for the new Monkey King champion, and man, I was like really excited. This Monkey King looks really cool. He's got some abilities that make me go, I don't know if this guy's going to be OP or not. One thing that I always think about whenever I see a new champion come out is, okay, what lane is he going to be in? So Monkey King, he doesn't have any heals or shields. He's a tankier champion because he gets armor and magic resist with more people around. But he doesn't have like a shield or a heal from his attacks. So I can see him being pretty good. It just kind of depends on how well he can farm. Is he going to go top lane and be able to handle all of the other big sustainers in the lanes? Or is he going to be a jungler? I don't know if he's going to be a jungler. Again, he doesn't have a heal or anything like that. However, they are changing up the jungle quite a bit. They're going to be taking away the slow on red buff. They're going to make the minions do, I think, less damage or something like that. I don't know the exact details, but the change to the jungle could make it more viable for some champions to actually do the jungle effectively. Either way, I think this champion looks really fun. I'm going to be trying him out as soon as he comes out. He's got that cool little stealth away thing that can sneak people out and then spin that makes you run really fast and knocks people up. Going to be a whole new level of spin to win when this Monkey King comes out. So I'm definitely excited. What do you guys think? Alright, I wanted to show you, so I was talking about the Solomid guys doing some stuff, and I found this really hilarious link. Somebody sent this to me. I think Reginald was the one that sent this to me, and apparently somebody did a JibJab of them dancing around, and it's got like Freak's Head, and it's got Dan and Dyrus and some other people on there. So it's pretty cool. Let me show you guys. You can check it out. Wow. So yeah. Anyways, that's the little JibJab they did of the Dreamhack guys. I guess there's just a bunch of different people in there. Anyhow, there's a couple more videos I want to show you. Actually, quite a few, and 2 of them are actually League of Legends songs. I really like what these guys are doing with all of the League of Legends songs. I'm actually seeing them pop up all the time now. One of the really cool ones that I found is. It's a song about Singed, and it's called Now You Can't Breathe. So check this one out too.
This mix is too thick, my moves are too quick. You're getting too sick, you just can't. Don't know who you're facing, this chemist you're chasing. This is a disgrace, man, because you can't. Blow straight through your teammate.
So I really like that song, but here's another one that's kind of a tribute to all you guys out there that just tend to feed in every game that you play.
That's why I keep beating till they scream and shout.
Oh, feeding isn't hard. It happens every day, even on your main. Whoa. CC stun or slow, results will never change.
So by the way, I was actually logging into League of Legends the other day, and I noticed that you can select the region on the client now before you actually log in. So this is really cool. I'm guessing that they added this in for the EU split so that the people can go from west to east more easily. And the cool thing now is that if you play on Europe and you want to actually play with some friends in USA or vice versa, it's not too hard. You don't have to do any kind of workarounds in order to actually get that to work. You just simply select the region you want to play in, boom, log in, and there you go. So that's really awesome. By the way, for all my fans out there in EU, how is the split going? Are the servers playing a lot smoother now? Do you have long queue times that you have to wait for, or is it working out pretty well for you? Anyhow, I've got 2 more really cool videos to show you. One of them is probably the funniest bunch of like League of Legends noises put together that I've ever heard. And the other one is like this really funny troll surrender where both teams surrender at the same time and both of their nexus explode. So I'll actually let you watch them both at the same time. So check this out.
Laying an egg isn't as easy as it looks.
No, really.
The whole is greater than the sum of its...
Time to get our hands dirty.
Well, alrighty then. As always, if you want to watch the whole thing, you can check the description links down below, as they will be there. Anyhow, that's what I've got for League of Legends today. Did have some other cool stuff to talk about in other games. I found this pretty cool link that was talking about this company called Westwood, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with if you played any of the old school games like Command & Conquer. The interesting thing is that it made me remember how much I really enjoyed Westwood games and how it's really sad that they are no longer around. So basically Westwood Studios made some of the best hits in the game industry, and cool thing about it is that they made games like across different types of genres. They weren't just like one genre wonder or something like that. They made Command and Conquer series and blew people away with that. They were like some of the pioneers of the RTS games, if you ask me. Like them and Blizzard, of course. Those two were like the huge ones back in the day. The first RTS I ever played, and the one that actually got me into online gaming in general, was Command and Conquer as well. I remember playing Command and Conquer Red Alert with my dad, like on the PlayStation. So I would have my screen set up playing Command and Conquer, and I'd have the little system link set up, and he would be on the other side of the room, like facing the other direction, and we'd be like doing strategy against each other on the PlayStation, playing some Command and Conquer Red Alert. Those were some of the best days ever, I have to say. Another game that Westwood released, which was so fun to play, and I remember watching like a preview of the game before it even came out, and I was so excited to play this game, but I don't think I even remember hearing about it coming out until like many years later, and I was like, wait, Nox? What is that? That's the game that I was hearing about. It's like this Diablo style game called Nox, and I remember I went and downloaded it from some torrent website. At this point in time, it had already the servers had shut down, so there's like private servers you can play on, or you can just do the single player. But man, it was actually a really fun game, and I don't understand. I guess maybe it had bad marketing or just wasn't widely accepted enough. It must have been marketing, because like I said, I was really excited about playing the game. I just never even heard about it coming out at the time. I was younger, and so I only heard about stuff through TV or magazines or just hype and things like that. But the sad part about it is that when EA took over Westwood, this pretty much destroyed the entire company. They split them up into two different divisions, and then after the failure of Renegade, they pretty much like fired off all of the employees and melded them into other companies. So that makes me kind of sad. Westwood was probably one of the greatest and had the potential to be one of the greatest game development companies out there, except that EA and their terrible management just kind of ruined it all. But either way, I have to give them credit, man. They made one of the most fun series that I've ever played up until, EA kind of destroyed it with the final Command & Conquer game, which is quite garbage. I didn't even play it, actually. I read about it, and I was looking into the beta, and I was like, I can't do this, man. This game looks terrible. I think the last one I had fun playing was Red Alert 3, which I'm a big RTS guy. Like, I can get into RTS and learn it really fast. So I remember playing Red Alert 3, and within a month, I was top 100 in that game playing, who did I play? I played China, or not China, what is it? Russia, yeah. Play the Russia dudes, and I would just do all kinds of really cool stuff, and it was really competitive. I liked it a lot, but, I moved on from that since then. Anyhow, actually, I'll link this article to you that reminded me of this. It does talk about some of the other games that Westwood made and how kind of like the history behind them, if you want to check that out later. Oh yeah, so I was browsing around the internet last night, and holy crap, I found like the most hilarious thing ever. And apparently, I don't know if you play Mortal Kombat or not, but the newest character that you can download into Mortal Kombat is none other than Freddy Krueger himself. Holy crap, right? Like, what the hell? That's so freaking awesome. I was like, hell yeah. You can watch the video. There's a really cool video that I watched on, I think it was like on IGN, and it shows him doing all of his abilities and stuff like that. So I don't think I can put up the video. Last time I tried to put a video up from IGN, my video got flagged as copyright or something, so you can just check it out, or I'll put the link down below or something like that. Anyways, I thought that was really awesome. I know they've already released, this is going to be like the 4th character out, but this has got to be like the coolest one so far of, just being able to have Freddy Krueger in a Mortal Kombat game. I mean, it just fits perfect, right? Alright, so as some of you know, I have been doing game reviews and impressions videos and stuff like that for a lot of free-to-play games, which is what I do for onrpg.com. So one thing I like to ask you guys, and I just might start doing anyways, is would you like to see some kind of videos on my channel? I think just recently I put up a Crimecraft commentary, which is a free-to-play third-person shooter, and it's a pretty fun game. But I've been playing a lot of other games, and I can definitely put up some gameplay videos and maybe some short commentaries talking about the games that I'm playing, in addition to the videos that I'm doing for OnRPG, if you guys would be interested in stuff like that. I've always been kind of hesitant to just do straight up Let's Plays and things like that, but if you guys enjoyed that stuff, I can probably try and put out some kind of Let's Play series. I'm not probably gonna spend like a whole lot of time because I try and go through these games really quick. I'll spend several hours on them. I'll do my review or commentary, 1 or 2 videos, and then I'll move on. So if you guys be interested in maybe, you know, like 2 or 3 videos of me playing through a game, and I can put it up and make a little series out of that, let me know in the comments or whatever, and I'll definitely think about doing something like that. Another thing that I can do is tell you about some of the games that I have been playing in case you were interested in, hey, ColbyCheeZe, what are some cool games that I can play? Some of the ones that I've been playing lately, which were pretty good, obviously Crimecraft. If you do like the, you know, like the whole shooter type of game, I do have the review. Again, if you want to check out any of my reviews that I've done, you can go to my website, ColbyCheeZe.com. There's a video library link at the top, and then you can click on game reviews, and I have them all linked there. I've also got a playlist on YouTube. If you just want to browse on YouTube on my playlists, then you'll be able to find all of the game reviews that I've done there as well for On RPG. But anyways, the other games that I would recommend checking out, let's say today, these are not going to be out, but I think on the 27th of the month, they're going to put out like 3 really cool ones that I'm looking forward to. One of them is going to be the Dragon's Nest beta. That game was super duper fun. I played it in the closed, and it was hella fun. They're going to be doing Rusty Hearts, which is kind of a hack and slash beat 'em up that you can actually play with a gamepad if you'd like. That's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to be doing Realm of the Titans, I believe, comes out on the 27th as well, and that's actually one that I'm working on a review for today after I do this podcast. So those are a couple of really cool ones to check out if you guys are looking for a game to play and just, you know, not have to pay any money and just want to jump in and have a little bit of fun. I'll probably talk about some more free-to-play stuff later as I do some of that in my next podcast and things like that. Other than that, though, as always, I've said this like in the last 3 or 4 podcasts, but I'm super excited for Diablo 3, and I did finally get a copy of Diablo 2 installed. I'm probably going to be playing it Saturday and Sunday, so probably today, if you're listening to this podcast, I'm playing Diablo 2 right now. You can watch me on my stream, and once again, I do pretty much stream all the time now. In fact, I'm streaming right now while I'm making this podcast, so you may not be interested in watching me make videos, but what the hell, I told people I'd be streaming all the time, so I just kind of play games in between working on videos, and if you want to check that out, you can see the link down below in my description. It's own3d.tv/ColbyCheeZe, of course. And so that's pretty much it for this week's podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you around for the next one. As always, if you did enjoy the podcast, you want to see more, be sure to support me. Help me out by pushing that like button, push favorites if you like, and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. See you guys around next time. Peace out.